Can I... How do you skip things again? Down? That's not right. How do you skip things? I'm gonna have to ask Val how you skip... Val, how do you skip things again? I don't think I can skip this, though. And sorry if my... Is my voice okay? Because... I don't know. Yeah, I'm wearing it weird because my hair is all up in a towel again, so I can't fit it on my head. The latest one, so that's the sleuth one. That one sounded cool. I'm really tempted to buy that new Animal Crossing at the end of the month. I'll see if I have the $40 to throw at it. And then get it again on my birthday because in no time at all they found themselves on sea deck. Junpei ran down the stairs a little farther in hopes of checking on the deck below. So hopefully I sound okay, because this is weird to talk. The microphone's right in front of my nose. Hello, little microphone. It was one of the buttons. Yeah, I guess that. Oh, thank you, kitty. I'll try and fix it soon, but I just got out of the shower, so I can't exactly take my hair out of this towel yet. That's also why I'm running a little late. Junpei ran down the stairs a little farther in hopes of checking on the deck below. When he reached the water, he called back up to Snake and Seven.
Just what I thought. D-deck's completely underwater. Just like the bottom of the central staircase. I don't know why I read it like that.
The surface of the water below them was flat like a mirror. That it had not changed too greatly since they'd last seen it was a great relief. Junpei quickly retraced his steps and headed back to sea deck. In front of the stairs were a pair of elevators. They appeared to be identical to the ones on the upper floor. I'm trying to remember how do you skip it? How do you... But I still want to know for like later on, how do you skip things? And I can't remember. Plus, it's easier to dry short hair, right? I've got really long hair, so it's difficult. Oh yes, those of you that wanted to add me on 3DS, I'm sorry it took so long. I keep saying to myself, when I'm on the computer, I'm gonna look at my Twitch messages and I'll add you. So if you want to add me on 3DS, send me your code over the Facebook group or on Twitch. Though Facebook group I think is more helpful because I'll actually see it. Meanwhile, Twitch does not tell me when I have messages. I just have to check it every once in a while. And then I see that I have messages and I'm like, uh-oh, somebody's gonna think I'm ignoring them. Hold right. I don't really towel dry my hair either, and I only really blow dry my hair when I feel like it, which isn't very often. Next to that was another strange symbol. Yes, the Mercury symbol, yes. Indeed. It's the symbol for Lotus, because the devil horns, right? It's got the woman symbol, and then it's got devil horns, right? Ha 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 ha. The Facebook page, preferably.
Yeah, I see it. No two ways about it.
It's pretty much the same thing, except different reactions, I guess.
That was a pretty good one, kid.
Seven tousled Junpei's hair. Why would you do that, Seven? He probably spent a long time fixing his hair. In what he likely thought to be a friendly manner, Junpei feared his neck might break, even though it was clear Seven had kept his strength in check. Thankfully, Snake interrupted. Yeah, there's a Facebook fan page. It's connected in my my Twitch profile here if you scroll down, and I think it's... Who did I say it was? I think it's Tally. Next to the Tally icon. It is holding right? Okay, it's probably not going to work now. Thankfully, Snake interrupted after Junpei's observation. He'd gone over to examine the card reader.
This is a Mercury symbol. The marks you mistook for horns are a stylized version of the wings and staff of Hermes. Wings and a staff, huh? So she beats you with the staff until you die and go to heaven? Sounds like Lotus, alright.
Seven shook Junpei's head even more vigorously, and the younger— wow, he's really shaking the screen with his laughter. And the younger man began to feel as though his brain was being jostled around inside of his skull. Oh, that's not good. He began to feel rather ill.
Unless we can activate this device, I doubt the elevator will function. In other words, we gotta find a keycard with a Mercury symbol on it. So I would assume.
They decided to leave the elevators alone for the time being and headed back to the stairs. Hello! Welcome! That laugh has got nothing on the Kashiwagi laugh though, right? I gotta say it because I know somebody's gonna bring up the Kashiwagi laugh. I know it. I just know it. To the left was another hallway. There was a great many doors lining both sides of the hallway. They seemed to stretch on forever, and all three men suddenly felt very small.
Ah, shit. We're not gonna have enough time to check all of these, are we? Maybe we can come back here later. Let's check out the other side.
They turned around and went back the way they'd come. To the right of the stairs, another hallway stretched out, reaching deep into the bowels of the ship. After a few moments of moving briskly down the hallway, they emerged into an area roughly the same size and shape as the one at the top of the stairs. On the left side of the room were 4 French doors. Oui, oui. Oh, that's terrible.
Well, let's open them up.
Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. I like telling terrible jokes, can you tell? He gave it a small tug and felt it move. It was unlocked. Thrilled to have found another unlocked door, he threw it open. Whoa, what was that green thing? Don't do that. What's that about? Junpei didn't know what to make of what he saw. It's a hopsicle! I don't know, it's just in my system to make terrible jokes and laugh at them myself. I don't really expect you guys to laugh, I don't know. He simply stood, unable to speak. Seven's eyes opened wide and his mouth gaped. After a few long moments, Seven at last managed to speak.
Hey, what is this place?
A massive room stretched out in front of them, more a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on Seven and Junpei. I almost said on Steven and Junpei. Oh my god. Steven. Like what? It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds. They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattresses.
Is this a hospital?
He had at last been able to put a name to the harsh scent that pervaded the room. Have you heard the Yosuke pickup line? I have not. Please tell it to me. It's probably amazing and garbage at the same time. Get it? 'Cause trash can. The room was full of the clean smell of antiseptic solution. In the center of the room were— can I skip this? No. Why can't I skip that? You're just describing the room all over again. Hey, Jonah. On the back wall were the doors of the stuff. You guys know this already. Okay, if they're not going to let me skip it, I'm going to skip certain things. Because you guys know these doors are here. There's a 3. There's a 7. There's an 8. Oh, welcome back from your run. It did strike Junpei as strange, however, that the door between 3 and 7 should be blank. What, he wondered, could it mean? Let's take a look at these doors. Yeah, good idea. The 3 of them threaded their way through the beds toward the back of the room. I'm cool playing second banana if you— oh, I almost read that out loud. Ha, 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 ha. Upon reaching them, they proceeded to investigate each door in turn, but to no avail. What ending are we going for this time? That is the question, isn't it? Wait, what happened? I thought I set this up. I believe I'm going for the— I don't know if I can tell you, because then it's kind of going to give it away, isn't it? Yeah, wouldn't it give it away if I told you? Oh, we're not doing votes anymore, Bal, only because it's difficult to get all the endings if I don't follow a specific path. So I'm kind of going for specific paths now. Oh, what anime? You missed the first ending that the stream got, yeah. Oh, I almost told you, though. I almost told you what the ending was called, and then I'm like, wait, but then if you know the title, then you might start to try and think of things, and yeah. It's called Gangsta. Oh my gosh. Gangsta. Naturally. Look how tired of everyone's shit Snake is. He's so tired. Are you okay, Snake? Do you need a nap? After all, there are rules to the nonary game, and to allow these doors to open easily would violate those rules. Unless we can authenticate ourselves with the red, the numbered doors will... Whoa, whoa, check this out. Suddenly, Seven spoke up, interrupting Snake. Look at the red. There's nothing on it. Huh? Don't you remember the red back at the main staircase? If there wasn't anyone in it, it said vacant on the little screen, remember? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Kitty, you need that on a shirt. But this one... There's nothing. Right? You think it's broken? Only one way to find out. Better put my hand on it. Oh, they all put their hands on it. Junpei and the others put their hands on the panel, but nothing happened. The red refused to change. They tried pulling the lever, and still nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't the only red on the 8... On door 8, oh my god, on the 8, that seemed to be malfunctioning. The 7 and the 3 were also not a work because they don't work. They've got to be broken. Man, that bastard. I didn't think Zero was the kind of guy who'd screw around with something like this. Whoa, whoa. Zero's been prepared for everything so far. I read that, really strange. And you're saying he's gonna make a mistake now? Well, that's the only thing I can think of. This thing ain't working at all. While Junpei and Seven talked, Snake busied himself with examining the red. After a time, he lowered his hands and spoke. It seems as if some of the internal hardware has been removed. Internal hardware? That is what I said. Take a look at the underside of this red, if you please. Oh, tone down that sass there, Snake. Junpei obliged and bent over to look at the underside of the device. Blah, 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 blah. It not work. There's no part in it. And it's supposed to have an electrical thing, but it don't have the thing. I get it. So the reds aren't working because somebody pulled out their guts. Spaghetti! So I assume. But why? And who? I mean, it doesn't really make sense. I have no idea. Why on earth would I know something like that? Just then, they heard the sound of a door opening. Thank you. I'm going to try and do crappy summaries of all the stuff that we already know. The three of them turned and saw... Akane! Oh no, Junpei thought. It's... June! She stopped short, surprised to see them, and was very near bowled over by the rest of her companions, who were coming through the door behind her. Ace, Santa, Clover, and Lotus all poured out of the door, each of them as surprised as the last to see Junpei, Snake, and Seven. Junpei and Seven were, for the moment, at a loss for words. What are you guys... No, it's not Seven, it's Junpei. What are you guys doing? Why are you... I read that like it... I read that like they're hanging up. Sup, guys? So, like, you want to go to the mall or something? What are you guys doing? Oh no, my towel is falling! After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange information. They talked about the rooms they'd been through and how they ended up in the thing. Of course, none of it was very useful, because we've heard it all already. They were happy to see each other. What a bunch of losers. That took a while to say. They thought about the ninth man and how he exploded in the hallway, and it was pretty gross. Remember all that blood? And his broken glasses? If he lived in Harry Potter world, he could get those glasses fixed. But I guess it doesn't really matter since his body was in pieces. Junpei felt sorry for the ninth man, but more than anything, Junpei was like, yo, fuck that guy. This is bad, though. If the red isn't working, we can't keep going.
What about that big hallway?
I'm sorry. Maybe there's somewhere in there we might be able to go.
No, there's nothing there. The five of us had a quick look. There were a great many rooms, although none of them appeared to have held patients for quite some time. Patients? You mean all those doors are for hospital rooms? Yes. Apparently, they have a number of individual rooms, an individual to this large central room.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, too, but it was locked.
It had one of those solar system things, had a mark thing.
You nailed it, Santa! It was the Jupiter symbol.
Jupiter?
I wonder what that means. It means shoe cream sundae. Sailor Moon jokes! I'm sorry, what? Confusion seemed to be the consensus.
That reminds me, what's the deal with this big room anyway? What is this thing? Was this some kind of huge passenger ship?
No one, not even Snake, appeared ready to offer an answer until Seven unexpectedly spoke up.
I bet it's a hospital ship. In fact, it's probably the Gigantic. The Gigantic?
Junpei looked at Seven, shocked both by his knowledge and the apparent identity of their prison. He was not the only one. What's the Gigantic? Seven nodded to Lotus and began to speak.
The Gigantic is a huge ship.
He explained that she had been a sister ship to the Titanic, built in the early 20th century. The Titanic had two sister ships, who were identical to one another in nearly every aspect. The Gigantic was said to be one of them. She was initially intended to be a passenger liner like the Titanic, but soon after the ship was launched, the First World War began. History time! And she was pressed into duty by the British Navy as a hospital ship. Some time later, the Gigantic was damaged by a German mine in in some body of water that starts with an A. She managed to run around after the incident. Run aground, not around. Why are ships running on legs that don't exist on ships? She managed to run aground after the incident and consequently was not sunk. What then happened to the Gigantic after her fateful encounter in the sea? One theory ran that a man named Lord Gordain purchased her. Gordain or Gordain? Gordain? Lord Gordain, it seemed, had been one of the few survivors of the Titanic tragedy, and that trauma had turned him into an obsessive collector of all things related to the Titanic. Huh? Oh, it's okay, Kitty, you didn't know. I mean, he's either blind or he's Brock from Pokemon, right? So, yeah. He's one of those Brock types, or he's blind, but in this case, he is blind. As his obsession deepened, he began to desire the Titanic itself. That, of course, was impossible. The Titanic lay at the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. The Gigantic, however, had not suffered such a dire fate, and as she was identical to her sister ship, she caught Lord Gordain's eye. I'm probably not reading that right. Are you saying Agi? Because I read that as Gi. I'm just terrible at things.
So you're saying this Lord Gordain bought this ship? Yeah! At least I think I am. That's impossible. No way we're in some boat that's almost 100 years old.
Pipe down, just pay attention.
What, that's it?
Well, have you got any proof?
Proof?
Proof that this ship is really the Gigantic.
Well, this ship's got stuff that's like the Titanic and a hospital ship, so I just figured.
Oh, for goodness, don't tell me that's your only reason.
No, I've got more.
Like...
Well, duh, I mean...
Seven looked around desperately, doing anything to avoid meeting Lotus's piercing stare. He scratched his head for a moment, then gave up. Finally, he opened his mouth.
I don't know.
Lotus sighed and shook her head. I guess your memory isn't back yet, is it?
No, sorry. I read that funny.
Then almost as if to save Seven from further embarrassment. A bell began to ring from far away. It sounded as though it was the clock at the main stairway. Junpei counted each chime carefully. 10, 11, 12... It's midnight. Then we've still got 6 hours left, right?
Let's just get moving. We gotta find that hardware the Reds are missing.
That's all well and good, but where are we going to look?
Well, we've already searched the big patient room.
They had been examining the room as they talked.
But we haven't found anything.
Right.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
Just one?
Well, not just one.
Wait a minute! Are you telling me we have to search all of these rooms?
Well, you already checked some of them out before you came here, right? We each checked a single room, so 5 rooms in total. Alright, then that's 5 rooms we don't have to search. If we split up, it won't be that bad. If each of us could do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have the other 48 rooms cleared in no time.
There are 48 other rooms? Is my mic too close? I'm sorry, here. Let me do the hair thing, 1 sec. Let me set my hair free. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it's too close. Or maybe I'm just reading too loud. I don't know. Let me do the hair. Hang on. Okay, kitty. Ouch. Did it just get announced? I know they're doing a stream right now, so... Nice! That's exciting. Ouch. Wait, like next summer in Japan? Or... Okay, headset's on my head now, so... Adjust your volumes accordingly, please, and thank you, and sorry. That's so exciting! I gotta look this stuff up later. Did they show anything, or they just talked about it? Like any concept art? Lotus did not seem excited by the prospect. Oh, it never happened. Oh, I'm sorry. You can be productive and ignore me. That's fine. If you have stuff to do. Seven fidgeted nervously before responding.
Maybe?
After some discussion, the 8 of them decided which rooms to begin with and in what order they would go. Concept. Blah, 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 blah. Can I skip this? That's not working for thing. How do you... No, it's not that either. What is the button? What is the button? Is it actually the right button? Maybe I just can't skip this part. But why isn't it skipping then if it's... Why? Why did I forget how to skip? Was it the space bar? No. Is it this one? Oh, it is! Hooray! Da 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 da! Skip, 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 skip. I've been okay. How are you? Oh, we're looking for something. Oh. Hi, Clover.
Are you alright?
He did his best to sound friendly, but Clover didn't respond. Actually, we can skip all this, no? Because we did it, yep. And she's gonna be all like, oh, yeah, we're a bitch! And then we run away, because she runs away, and then, you know. La 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 la. Listen to her, but also ignore her. Let's do some math. Think about the big guy, then leave the boobs. I said leave the boobs. Not leaving the boobs. Leave the boobs. There we go. Run to Ace. How romantic. Oh, whoa. You should get something to eat. Diets are all, like, good and stuff, but don't starve yourself. Either. Finish searching. I sounded like a man with the voice of an angel. What? La 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 la. Now we have to make a decision. Okay, let's save. Oh, actually, we might be able to skip through most of this. Do you want to go through door 7 again or door 8? What do you think? What do you think? It's between door 7 and door 8. I mean, we've already done door 7, so we could skip through it. Or you could see something new in door 8. And that also means if we cover door 8, if we ever have to pick it again for another ending, we could skip through it really fast. So, I mean, either way, up to you which approach you want to take. Do you want to skip through this next door, or do we want to do a new puzzle and stuff? And oh, that does it. So your vote is for 8. Oh, then it's time for... Sounds like it's time for new headphones. If you're having to bend your wires in your... Yeah, in your headphones, that means they're on their way out. They're on their way to the electronic cemetery. Electronic heaven, whatever you want to say. So I guess, since nobody else said anything, we'll go with door 8. I'm making sure it's okay. Yes. I will trust that it is okay to pick this door. Whoa, now those are more expensive. I wouldn't know what to say about that. Those are like $200 headphones.
I think I'm gonna go with door 8. Okay, 8 it is. Yeah. Alright then, that means June's gotta go through 7.
What? Why?
What?
I wonder if I could skip this. Can I? No. Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
If the 6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind, there's only 3 ways we can do it.
Plan A, go through 7 with 358, and go through 8 with 467. Plan B, go through 7 with 457, and go through 8 with 368. Plan C, go through 7 with 367, and go through 8 with 458.
And that's it. Those are our only options. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up at the corners of her eyes. Hey, Quinny, what's up? Yeah, it is weird, isn't it? Because we kind of get the gist of what they're saying here, but, Oh no. You're saying we aren't going to see each other again for a long time. Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face. But he knew if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings. Oh, Quinny, we were keeping track of it here. So we just found out that they announced it. We're excited, though. It's amazing. And you're here now, so it's even better. Which is like perfect timing since I'm playing this right now. It's perfect. But it's still exciting to hear that it exists and that it will be in production and being made. That's very exciting, because then once we finish this, we're gonna go into, obviously, Virtue's Last Reward, and then, yeah, it'll be exciting. I'm actually really excited for Virtue's Last Reward because I haven't really beaten it. I think I've gotten to, like, one ending thing. The game works a little bit differently, but, I'm excited for that one, because there's a lot of stuff I don't know. Where are we? A lot of mysteries to be solved. Oh, I read that already. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4th and 5th doors, remember? Sorry, 4 and 5. 4 and 5 and 4 and 5 and... We got split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Probably?
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected. I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't connect, neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door.
June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. Can it? Not yet. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod. Yes. Promise?
Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment. You guys are done, right? He stretched and continued. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I'll both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 7 and Clover can take 8.
I'm holding down the right the right thing, by the way, so then when I'm able to skip, it should skip. If not, then yeah, I can't skip this part right now because I'm holding it down and it's not working. They're very particular. I guess because I never chose this door, I can't skip any of this dialogue. I don't know. Any problems with that, Clover? Clover looked away and was silent for a moment. Whatever. It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care. Alright, we're ready to go then. Hey, Brad. Let's move. At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Santa, 7, and June walked towards 7, while Clover, Lotus, and Junpei headed for door 8. Oh, I've got the ladies with me. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. Then Lotus laid her hand against her chest and turned to Junpei and Clover. Are you ready? Yeah. Yes. Then shall we go? We only have one ending so far. So we started off the stream. I let the stream pick. I let you guys pick specifically to see what kind of ending you would get. And you guys ended up with the knife ending. So now we're going through the game and just getting all of the endings. In no particular order. Well, in kind of in order. The door had opened. A narrow hallway stretched out before them. Lotus and Clover leapt through the door. The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his left, toward door 7. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met. They nodded. They're so cute, aren't they? They're cute. Ship it. Do it. Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds. Then someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled them bodily through the door. Bodily. No, we got... Our first ending was the knife ending. And then I'm not going to tell you which endings we're going for. If you figure it out on your own, shh, keep it a secret if you figure out what I'm doing. The one thing I will say about endings is I'm obviously going to go for the, quote, true ending last, because that makes sense. But I'm not going to tell you what endings we're going for each time. I'm just going to follow the sequence. If you catch on, like I said, keep it a secret. If you're, like, super pro at this game and you know what I'm doing and you're like, I'm on to you, Chiaki, and your voice does that, then there may be some concern. You might want to ask a doctor why your voice is doing that. Or you could just be doing impressions like me. And that'd be really cool. So, yeah. He heard the sound of the numbered door. Shut, slam, shut, slam. Space Jam. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep. Yes, this is part of the Zero Escape series, Brown. This is Zero Escape 1. They just announced 3. A lot of people have been waiting, I could imagine, a very long time for that game to be announced. So it's very exciting. It's a good day. It's a good day. 81 seconds left. Hurry! Lotus snapped at him and ran to the dead. I think knife is a very common one to get first, I guess. I don't know. I can't remember. Knife might have been my first ending, too. Maybe it's just meant to be that way. Junpei and Clover followed her as fast as they could. We're alive! Phew. It stopped. Whoa, look at Bal just changing things around. With a shaking hand, she wiped a few beads of sweat from her forehead. Clover, however, was calm. Aloof, perhaps. Aloof is a funny word. Aloof. Pointless. She muttered to herself without emotion and began to walk down the hallway, leaving behind a confused Junpei and Lotus. Wait, you can't get the true ending first. You have to do something first, don't you? I'm pretty sure in order to get the true ending, you have to at least see... You have to at least see one of the endings before you can see the true ending, I think. Pretty sure. Lotus watched the girls receding back with a mix of frustration and curiosity. Aloof badoof. Maybe that's why I like it. What an unpleasant girl. I bet she's not very popular with the boys. Oh, you did say sort of. That's just me. Sorry. Her sarcasm seemed a little more biting than was perhaps necessary, but she sighed and started after the younger girl. After taking a moment to catch his breath, Junpei followed. The hallway made a number of turns before at last coming to a dead end. Oh, you're like... Look, you were pro before you even finished the entire game, Val. That's amazing. Set into the wall on the left side was a large iron door. For a few minutes, they stood in front of the door, examining it.
What does that say? I can't read English.
Above the door was a plate with the word laboratory engraved on it.
A laboratory, huh?
That doesn't sound very pleasant. I don't like the look of this place.
Me either, but there aren't any other doors. It's not like we have a lot of choices.
Junpei.
Huh?
Please, you first. Junpei suspected her politeness was motivated by something other than respect. How do you think she keeps her top part in her shirt? It seems impossible. Yeah, maybe the way the clothes are made. Maybe it's a built-in bra. I don't know. How does she hold the bobbies? Gugh. Gugh. That's it. That's all we get. Junpei muttered to himself and pushed open the iron door.
We're going into Dexter's lab!
We're pulling a DD and we're going in Dexter's lab. His first steps inside were tentative and careful, but as he examined the room, it became clear that there was no imminent danger. Lotus followed him in, and Clover brought up the rear. Brought up the booty. Oh, this place. The room they'd found themselves in was divided into two separate areas by a curved wall. A thick glass window built into that wall made it possible to see into the other side of the division. Junpei walked to the window and looked through.
What the hell?
He wasn't sure what else to say. In the center of a room shaped like a quarter circle, a mannequin lay on what looked like a medical exam table. That looks so creepy. Junpei jumped a little. He hadn't noticed Lotus came up behind him. You don't think that thing is going to suddenly sit up or something, do you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, look at all those cables sticking out of it. If we press the wrong button, I don't know.
Stop it. Just thinking about it is terrifying. She was gripping her arms, the knuckles on her hands white. It was then that Junpei noticed Clover. She was still standing near the entrance of the room. Her face had the appearance of calm, but it was drawn and somehow sad. There was something almost pitiful about her. Junpei walked over to her and, as kindly as he could, spoke.
Are you okay?
Clover looked away. What are you talking about?
What? I'm just worried about you. You've been real quiet.
What, I can't be quiet if I want to?
Well, I mean, of course you can. I just...
Okay then, if I can be quiet if I want, just leave me alone, okay?
Come on, you know I can't do that. We gotta work together.
Clover bit her lip and was silent for a moment. Then suddenly... Junpei, you just don't get it! Her cry took Junpei by surprise, and he stumbled backwards a few steps, alarmed. My brother's not the kind of person who'd just leave me behind! Something happened to him. Something bad. Junpei had nothing to say. Lotus, jolted from her mannequin nightmares by Clover's voice, turned toward them. What happened? Clover's eyes slid to Lotus, then back to Junpei. Look, just don't bother me, okay? Leave me alone. Finished, she turned around. Before Junpei or Lotus could say anything, Clover had begun to walk away quickly walk away. There's a panel? That's interesting. I just figured they'd talk more about Danganronpa another episode, because that's all Nisa's kind of been talking about lately. It's just the fact that Danganronpa another episode's going to be out soon, but I don't know. But Nisa wouldn't really be the company to announce that. Nisa just produces the English ones. It would be Spike Chunsoft that would announce a new Danganronpa, like Danganronpa 3. So, I don't know.
Hey! Wait, Clover! Hold on!
He might as well have been talking to a wall. Squall. Every time I talk about talking to a wall, I just think of Squall. For all the notice she took of his cries. Not even slowing down, she made for a doorway cut in the wall in front of her. Yeah, I'll be streaming it in September. I'm so excited. Yeah, if Spike appears with Nisa, then definitely Danganronpa 3, but they're probably gonna show more of another episode because I follow their Facebook page and their feed for the past few weeks has just been Danganronpa another episode, Danganronpa another episode. They're having like a panel, I think, dedicated to it, but it's probably gonna be also the creator. You can ask the creator questions about the series and stuff. It's what I've been seeing so far. But yeah. Without even slowing down, she passed through the door. Cool. Uh-oh. Clover, no! And without warning, an iron gate fell from the ceiling like a portcullis? Sealing Clover in. September is GG for all life for me, because Phantom Pain's coming. Aww. Maybe just pop in and say hi and then go back to playing, because I'll miss seeing you. I don't mind you guys being busy, but just a little hi, I still exist is nice to know. I heard Zestiria's getting a collector's edition for PS4, so I gotta run in and pre-order that as soon as possible, but anyways. What the heck? What's going on here? Clover grabbed hold of the iron bars and shook them as hard as she could. Hang on! I'll get it open. Junpei grabbed the bars and pulled. In a moment, Lotus joined him. The three of them pulled as hard as they could, but...
Damn it, it's not moving.
Wait! Are you just gonna give up just like that?
No, I'm not giving up. This has got to be another one of Zero's puzzles.
Oh, it's only for Europe so far? I'm still gonna keep an eye out. I mean, the friends that I have working at GameStop told me that they would tell me when it's out so I could go pre-order it. They promised. I'm not gonna hold them to it, but I really hope they keep that promise. Because last time I had to go order from another GameStop. So hopefully they'll keep their promise and they'll tell me if North America gets anything, but yeah. If it is, then there's... Oh my goodness, my voice got all raspy. Hold on. If it is, then there's gotta be a way to open it. Junpei nodded.
Just what I was thinking. Now all we gotta do is find it. Lotus and I can look around out here. Clover, you're gonna have to see if you can find anything in there.
Oh! Yes, I'm on it! Find a way to save Clover. Well, I hope so. Come on, I'm looking at my Exilia and Exilia 2 Collector's Edition, so there's gotta be a Zestiria one, right? Hopefully. I want it! They need to go with the other boxes. I don't have room for another Collector's Edition, but I'll find room. You know, and I've got my Luker and Mila statues. They could give me a Slay statue, maybe, and Alicia, maybe. Hint, 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 hint. And if they don't want to do full-on statues, they can do Tales of Symphonia. Oh, see, I have the Tales of Symphonia Collector's Edition. They could do the little Nendroid figures. I'd take those too, maybe. I just want it. Please. Okay, let's find our way through the thing. I have no more room for any. I don't. My room is so small. I've run out of room for all my collector's stuff. I had a shelf dedicated to all my collector's editions, and it's all taken up. Especially my BioShock Infinite Collector's Edition, because that whole box that fits the, what do you call it? Oh my god. The Songbird, god. That statue thing and that whole box is huge. And then I've got, like, Project Mirai Special Edition. I've got all my Danganronpa Special Editions. I've got the Final Fantasy XIV Special Edition. I've got... Toki Totowa. It was called Time and Eternity in English, but I have the Japanese Collector's Edition for Toki Totowa. I think I have one of the Neptunia's Special Edition, probably V. I can't remember. there's too many. Oh, Catherine as well. It was a huge box. And I don't even have room for the Catherine pillow. It's like up above that. I don't know where the shorts and the t-shirt are. They're in my pajama drawer, I think. Anyways, yeah, too much collector's edition stuff, I say. I think. Let's start solving puzzles. Whoa. What is this? Ethanol. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I don't want to give them away. I need more room. I need more room. Yep, that's what I need, a bigger room. And it's scary, because then I think about moving to Japan, and I'm like, well, if I'm living there permanently, I'll have to eventually ship all of this stuff to my house, and that's crazy. Time and Eternity is, I'm going to tell you now, I really like the style of it. I know some people didn't. I like that everything's all, like, you know, the environment's 3D, but the characters are, like, 2D, hand-drawn stuff. It's really pretty. It's a pretty game. It's got a nice soundtrack. It can get very repetitive, though, I'll tell you that, Val. It can get very, very repetitive, but it's a cute game. It's cute, but it's not, like, super amazing or anything. Infinite did have a collector's edition. Look for Songbird Edition on Google if you want to see. It came with, the Songbird statue. I can't remember what else it came with. It's terrible. I just know the Songbird because I haven't opened him. He's still under all of his what do you call it? You know the wires that they kind of tie them down with? I haven't opened that. He's kind of just in his box. Don't even get me started on my Mass Effect stuff because I've got that FemShep, the BioWare edition collector's FemShep, what is it called again? The Bishoujo statue of FemShep. I haven't opened that. I wanted to open it and I didn't. Because I'm so afraid of, like, I'm like, I should open it. No, I shouldn't. I'm reading this out loud. Why am I doing that? There's a lot of stuff here. I don't know how we could use any of these. Well, I can say for sure that I do know how to use at least one of these things. Which one? The one on top. I think it's a power cable. The power cable, huh? Poor Clover's like, can you hurry up and open the door? And I'm just talking about collector's edition stuff. It's pretty. It's very pretty. Oh, hey, Zach. I was just saying, I saw that you sent me a message on Twitch. I was saying earlier that anyone who sent me a message with their 3DS friend requests or stuff, I will get to adding you. I just haven't been on my computer. See, I have like 2 shelving units for all of my games. No, I don't have a new microphone. Maybe it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Tub. Box tub. Tube. Wait, box tube. Tub. What? Anyway. Yeah, I have like 2 shelving units. And my Exilia collector stuff is on the smaller shelf with all of my PS3 games and other stuff. They're both piled on top of each other, and then I have my Mass Effect stuff piled up next to that with all my novels and my statue and the guidebook and the art book and all of the comics. And yeah, so much stuff. I have too much stuff and my room's too small. Oh, sorry. I don't know what kind of table this is, but part of it's all black. Box tub. It sounds funny. It sounds weird. Isn't there an in-between, Val? That sucks when you're like hot and cold. Maybe put on your fan, but also wear a blanket or something. Wrap yourself in a blanket. There's a pen lying over here. I think someone probably used it to make the table black. I mean, oh no, it's Junpei.
Well, if they only use the pen on one part of it, there's probably something underneath all that pen. Clover, do you think you can erase it?
Yeah, sure. Oh, this is a permanent marker. Junpei, do you know how to erase ink from a permanent marker?
Erase ink from a permanent marker, huh? Give me just a minute, Clover. I'll be right back.
We've got ethanol. Do you want some ethanol?
Clover, use this ethanol. You should be able to wipe off that permanent ink with it.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna wipe with?
Oh, well, your clothes, of course. Kidding! Just kidding! Please, don't look at me like that. You're scaring me. Okay. Clover, can you use the cloth on the table?
Huh?
Soak it in ethanol and then use it to wash off all that stuff from the permanent marker, okay?
Right, okay, so I gotta soak the cloth with ethanol. Virtue's last reward. Yeah, it will be blind. There's a few puzzles that I figured out already, because I played a little bit of it on my 3DS. I'm gonna have to buy another copy of it, which is cool, I guess, to support the series. But I'm gonna have to buy it on PlayStation TV to play it for you guys. So I know, like, the first puzzle, I think, or so. But then other than that, I'm not really sure. And I don't think I remember them to this point, so I'll probably stumble a lot. I'll probably need a lot of help. So yeah, it'll be blind, I suppose. Pretty much blind, because I don't know really anything aside from what I started. The collector's edition for another episode's on the NISA site, right? Yes! Check them out. Check them out now and see where they're at, because when I pre-ordered right when they announced it, so they still had a lot of stock left. See how much stock they have for another episode. I remember Danganronpa was super popular. When Hajime was trying to pre-order it, they had like 15% of stock left, or like 10%. It was crazy. I pre-order early all the time. I usually do it right when they announce it, so just to save myself. Well, she's got the cloth, but she seems to be having a little trouble with the bottle of ethanol. When she's ready, I should ask her how to get it. I should ask her to get to work on that stuff on the table. So I'll probably, yeah, just see where they're at. Like, if you've got a bit of leeway, if they still have a lot of copies left. But they've been promoting that game like mad, so I don't know how. They've been promoting it every week. So, oh, that's lucky. But it's funny though, because then when Hajime got his copy of, I think it was Danganronpa 1, not 2, but when he got his copy of 1, they sent him 2 copies. So he had an extra copy. That was interesting. They charged him for 1, but sent him 2. Super lucky. What? Soak the cloth in ethanol and... Junpei! It's working! It's wiping the permanent ink off! Ooh, Splatoon! Yeah, Hajime plays it a lot. He's so competitive. I haven't played it yet, but, oh, that is what I'll be doing. I have the 3DS version of Virtue's Last Reward, but, oh, it hasn't been fixed. Well, I'm gonna be streaming it anyway, so I have to buy a PlayStation Vita copy of it. So I'm gonna do that on the PlayStation TV. I'm probably gonna buy it digitally. So, it's good that, yeah. How did you and Hajime meet? Do you really want to hear that? Really? In the middle of a game? Are you sure? I was told, like, Hajime said it's really fun, but he said I should probably wait till it's discounted a bit. Because while it's fun, there's still a lot of content they're bringing out, so he really loves it, but he told me maybe I should wait to buy it, because he knows I like to buy video games all the time, and he told me, just wait for this one. He said the same thing for Persona 4 Dancing All Night too. He's like, you can wait for it, you don't need it right now. I was like, but I need it, and he's like, no you don't, you can wait. So... Clover's like, huh? Does Clover look like she cares about how we met? But I know because we were watching... Sorry, I'm getting...